What's up, guys? Today we have a little bit of a special video. Instead of going into one of the LPL matches, I wanted to showcase Bo and what he is doing right now to European solo queue. If you don't know who this guy is, this guy was previously a jungler for FPX. He played 10 games, was a perfect 10-0 within LPL, and then he got banned for match fixing in LDL. He has not been active in the pro scene for over a year now, but recently he was signed to Vitality, and Vitality can't officially play him because rumor has it that he's actually staying in Europe on a tourist visa. He doesn't have a work visa, which you need in order to play in the matches, but right now he is playing solo queue in Europe, and I've never seen anything like it. Quite frankly, just looking at his OP.GG, looking at his scores, it is inconceivable that somebody could be doing this well against such good opponents. But these are just ridiculous score lines. I mean, if you look at his last 20 games, he is almost ace or MVP in every single game. It's not the thing that matters the most on OP.GG, but if you look at his score lines, like he is going 18-2 versus players like Agarin. He is just absolutely smurfing versus every single person that he plays against. It is ridiculous to see these types of score lines when you're top 50 challenger at 1200 LP. So yeah, I mean, you have a 31-8 Talia game. I was thinking about looking into this one, but the one that we've decided to pick out, the game that we are actually going to be reviewing, is actually going to be this Diana game where he has 23-4. He averages 1 kill a minute, and the reason why I picked this one up is because he's playing against Misfits top 1. I believe that is irrelevant, but he's also playing against Larson and Poppy Trundle, who is actually Syncrof. So he's playing against pro players, and I want to see how he is performing versus pro players right now within solo queue. But yeah, I mean, just look at this OP.GG. It's absolutely absurd. He's ace or MVP almost every single game. He's just absolutely smurfing. You see the score lines: 18-2, 23-4, 16-3, 19-1, again 11-4. He plays Samira, is 10-9. He's ace in that game, even auto-filled with a quadra kill. He has an 18-5 Graves game, 7-3 Graves, 13-2 Graves. Like, this guy is just absolutely smurfing almost every single game. For those of you that think, oh, well, this guy might just be a superstar in solo queue, he's not actually going to translate that well to competitive. Obviously, we can't be sure until we see. There's obviously been players within Europe that have done really well as imports. There's also been players that have failed spectacularly. But when he played with FPX, he joined a team that was not doing that well. This was the FPX with Tien in 2021 spring. They beat OMG and Rogue Warriors at the time, which were not great opponents. These were not super high quality opponents. And FPX actually lost to EDG. So people didn't think that this was going to be that good. Tien obviously had issues. He had issues with his wrist, and he also had some like mental health issues. So he ended up taking some time off. And when Bo came in, he absolutely started on everyone. So here we have his games of legend. Oh my god, these scores are crazy. He is actually just putting up nukes in games versus really good opponents. This 16-1 game, this is versus IG, and people will say, oh, it's IG, like IG suck. No, this was IG with Rookie and the Shy. This is when IG was a playoff team. This is when they still had that roster that was considered very good. The split before, they almost qualified for Worlds. Before that, he played against Suning, and he was just doing well against everyone. I remember his first game wasn't the best. He actually got outsmited a couple times in this game. But like this 16-1 Olaf game, it was a 23-minute game where he has 16 kills, and at the time he held the record for kills by a jungler in LPL, which was just broken this last split where Karsa dropped, I believe, 17 in a Viego game in playoffs. After that, an 11-2 Olaf game again versus IG. Okay, so teams start banning his Olaf. Plays against LNG. People forget that LNG was a really good team. This team ended up going to Worlds this year. This is the Tarzan team, obviously. And against Tarzan, he's doing well. He's playing Lilia. He's playing Nidalee. After that, he goes versus top esports. Karsa, one of the best junglers that was in LPL, ends up smurfing with Pantheon, 5-1-9. Actually was playing against Karsa's Udyr this game. Then, because he played so well on Pantheon, Karsa takes away Bo's Pantheon, and suddenly Bo pulls out the Talia 12-3, absolutely obliterates Karsa on the Talia into Pantheon matchup. So you can't take champions away from this guy. He looks proficient on everything. One other thing, I actually got this from Reddit in one of the threads, was a little experience at 10 versus CS difference at 10 graphic from LDL Summer. And if you look at this LDL Summer graphic, you'll see a lot of junglers that are currently in LPL right now. You have Jun, who's the jungler for IG, Aki, who's the jungler for OMG, Quay, which is the jungler for LGD right now, splitting time with Shadow. And then down here, you have Xiaohao, who's actually doing really well on anyone's legend. And if you look at this graph, obviously to the right, you're going to have CS difference, or sorry, that's going to be the experience difference. And then vertically, you're going to see the CS difference. The point is, if you are in the top right here, this means that you have an incredibly high experience difference and CS difference. This is crazy. I mean, look at where he is in LDL as an outlier. He is so far gone. He is so far the highest experience and the highest CS difference every single game, while he's ganking, while he's making plays. And that's what I think is so incredible about this guy's play. So we're going to jump into the game and we're going to review one of his games where he is averaging 1 kill a minute on Diana. He's going to be doing the new broken Diana build, which is Nashor's Tooth into Sunfire into Demonic's Embrace, which is something that people are going quite frequently now. So let's just jump into that and see how he actually does. So in this game, like we said, he is playing into Synchro jungle, Relevant top, and Larson. And on his team, he has Spearshot, he's actually one of the boys. He's a Pantheon one trick that's actually doing really well in solo queue. Got a great stream. If you haven't watched it, check him out. But yeah, he is getting no leash on Diana. He is playing against Talia, which is actually one of the champions that he plays a lot of himself in solo queue. So Bo is just opting for the straight full clear here. A little bit interesting that he ends up going for the E at level 2 instead of W. I think most people go W just because it keeps your HP up, but it seems like that doesn't really affect him that much right now. He'd just rather have the slightly faster clear by going for E. And he will have his W by the time that he does the multi-unit camps in Raptors and Krugs. As you can see right now, he is pathing bot. He has a Gwen top and a Mumu Kalista bot lane, so it makes sense that he's going bot. Most of the time when you play Diana, you do want a full clear. But the thing that I'll say, because I've watched a couple of Bo's replays now, is that when he is playing Diana and when he's playing most champions in general, even if he has a champion that should be full clearing, he's very aware of where things are on the map and if people are fighting. So a lot of times you'll see him in situations where the team, he'll be full clearing. It will not be an optimal time for him to fight, but he'll sense his teammate fighting and he will run to the fight immediately and clean up fights, which is really important when you're playing jungle and solo queue specifically. So as you can see, Synchro ends up getting a kill on the mid laner here. Synchro and Larson are getting ahead. Silas getting a kill on the Pantheon early in lane obviously matters a lot. Little like 311 clear, pretty standard for Diana, no leash. Okay, and now he is making his way to Crab. He does not have a smite for this Crab, so let's see how he plays it. He knows that there's no flash on Synchro right now. Ends up barely missing that sidestep. If he was able to sidestep that, he would have been able to kill Talia most likely because he has flash to stay on her. But this should just be guaranteed crap for him. I mean, in general, when you are playing Diana, you do not want to just take too many risky fights. But yeah, here he knows that he can contest this Gromp. Ends up getting CC'd in. Fine for right now. Looking for the jump over onto Talia, and he gets it. And Talia's just dead. All right, Synchro is down, gets the kill, gets another one. I mean, at this point, it already feels like the game is over, to be honest. This guy is kind of smurfing it. He has Smite coming up soon, and the heal from Gromp would actually be huge. Ends up just flashing, didn't have to use it yet. He was looking to smite that crab. Even if he smited the crab, he's probably still dead, but overall, that invade doesn't end up going great for his team. I mean, his Kalista and his Mumu end up still having flash, so it's not the worst, it's not the best either. Obviously, giving the kills to Silas is not great. And he bases, and first item, it looks like he's actually going for the Sunfire. So this is a little bit different, because normally when we see the Nashor's Tooth Sunfire build, the whole idea of it is that you rush the Sunfire, or sorry, you rush the Nashor's Tooth, and then you get the Sunfire second. So that's generally how people play it, but it seems like he's just going straight Bomby Cinder overall. And here it looks like he might be looking for top before his camp. So all of his camps are up and he's not going to his camps yet. He is looking for potentially Crab and then seeing if there is a top lane gank angle, which there isn't. And now he's back to clearing. And we'll look around the map a little bit more as things progress. Larson smurfing so far 2-0-2. I mean, this doesn't look like an easy game at all. His team is down 1.5k at 5 minutes. Not ideal for playing Diana jungle or playing jungle in general in solo queue. And here he is actually one camp away from level 6, so he's trying to get that before the bot fight happens. Okay, team is fighting bot. He hits level 6 and he's trying to queue this so that he ends up hitting it. If he gets the small ones, he will stay, but his bot lane's already dead, so decides against it here. He is level 6 now though, and he's looking for the play. This is what he's looking at right now. Okay, goes on to Larson. Ends up getting a 600 gold shutdown there. Sits around the corner, lets the Mumu die. And then he decides to keep on chasing. Spearshot is here with Pantheon. That's just a solo kill for the Pantheon here. Not bad. And yeah, I mean, he's pretty far ahead. 11 CS up already. Got 2 stacks of the Dark Seal. Decides not to do Dragon here. Okay, never mind. Cancels recall, and he is doing Dragon. Okay. I was going to say that's a little bit curious. I've seen junglers skip Dragon in the spot, generally just because junglers care so much about being ahead personally, and because individual drakes are not that important in solo queue, a lot of junglers in high elo will prioritize just getting themselves as far ahead as possible. When you go for a dragon like this, you lose things like your own blue buff. Talia ends up invading his blue. He doesn't really care about that. He could potentially evade onto Gromp or get this crab, which I believe is spawning extremely soon. Mumu breaks the shield for him because he has no smite. Check out his gold real quick. 1,500 gold. Okay, so he doesn't have enough for a Sunfire yet. So let's see what his buy ends up being. Ends up just going Aegis, and he picks up an Amp Tome. All right.
Rampage.
Okay, so the Seraphine is really far ahead. Mumu is dead too. We'll just take a glance at this while he's walking back to top lane. Mumu dead as well. Larson, 7 KP so far. Doing really well. Looks like his camps are going to just be spawning in order. You'd assume this would just be a full clear down. Pretty standard stuff. Keeping his farm advantage over Synchro here. Now he's just looking mid. He sees some fighting mid. Larson does have flash. So this was actually a pretty hard gank angle. Oh, he's going for it anyway. Looking. Looking kind of doomed, but Spear Shot goes in actually and kills Larson. Well played by him. And another kill. Hey, gets knocked into the turret. Is he dead here? Oh, ends up proccing his shield. Oh my god, what a psychopath, man. Bo is such a psycho for this. All right, let's watch this sequence again. This is pretty nice. We'll keep the camera on him for right now. So this is actually not looking great because Talia is here to counter gank, and Larson did have flash like we said. Honestly, well played by the Pantheon here. Going back in, knowing the Q flash is going to get the execute proc because the Silas is low. And here he gets knocked in. He's on 1 HP. Hits the Q, and then just knows he can auto E. And gets the kill onto the Talia as well. He actually loses stacks for that, so I'm not sure if that is like the most worth thing in the world, but it's alpha, bro. I respect that. 5-2-1 right now. Yeah, with his Sunfire already completed. So Sunfire rush for him. Okay, interesting. So we'll see how hard he prioritizes this shutdown on Seraphine. There's a no flash Seraphine bot lane. You would think that that would be a good place for him to gank because she is sitting on a massive shutdown. Also, his bot lane has no sum, so you think that Talia wall could be around here. He's not running to his red immediately. And his bot lane backs off. So once his bot lane is safe, then he goes to red. There's his Krugs first. Also, it's decent to clear Krugs here because of the timer on it. Generally, just doing your normal camps before you do your buffs is solid. Okay, now he's just looking mid. As you can see, while he's clearing his buff, he's watching the map. He sees that Larson is diving Spear Shot mid, and he gets off his buff like as quick as possible and just goes onto mid. Gets a kill. Here, pushing out the lane with his mid laner dead. It's the smartest thing he can do. And now he goes towards Herald and topside. Now, he doesn't have his ult here, so it's not going to be the easiest play if he runs into Synchro. You can still kill him. I mean, he's so tanky. And here, so the reason why he QEs onto the Herald is because now he's not seen by the crab. So, pretty smart play. Gnar is low. He's going to come take the wave. Just covering the waves that he can get for free when people are dead. Makes sense. Yeah, he's really far ahead. 25 CS, and he's been in 7 kills. Now he's looking for mid. No flash on Larson. You just gotta believe that Larson is just straight dead off that. I mean, he's just so tanky right now. I just don't think that there's a way that Bo can die here. 2-man R. And that's 2 more kills for him. He's 8-2. He's already snowballing the entire game. 11 minutes, he has 8 kills. Man, this guy's mechanics are just on point. And one thing I've noticed from watching a lot of his VODs is that he doesn't really throw when he's ahead. I mean, obviously, he'll have some plays where, you know, they won't be the best. I think that goes for everyone who plays solo queue. But in general, this guy just doesn't throw. It's another kill. Onto, I believe, Irrelevant. That might not be Irrelevant, but his name is Misfits Top 1, so I assume it is. Correct me in the comments if it's actually wrong. Yeah, onto Herald. Okay, and he's got 2 minutes and 10 seconds to use it before plates fall off. Darksteel fully stacked on his way to Nash's Tooth. I mean, look at his items at 12 minutes, by the way. At 11:57, he has Merc Treads, 10 stack Darksteel, Nash's Tooth, Sunfire. What? That is such an insane gold value to have right now. He's sitting on 8k gold at 12 minutes. That is absurd. So Drake is the next objective that's up. He doesn't fully heal because he will be healing off camps. So just wants to get back on the map as fast as possible and potentially contest this Drake. He doesn't want to give it for sure. Here's walking into Larson. He's just going to chop him up. Goes over. Yeah, just beats. I mean, it's not even close at this point. He's completely unleashed. Now, you'd assume that after this, he's just going to use his Herald mid, but let's see what he does. Because he could use it technically anywhere. He's a potential kill on the Seraphine. Sides against it. The easy angle there is you just Rift Herald mid because the enemy mid laner is dead for 12 seconds. Looks like he might be trying to pick off Senna in between turrets. If not, maybe he just uses it to break bot because there's more plates on bot lane right now. Yeah, here, I mean, he's taking the whole wave. As you can see, no one's pinging him. No one's pissed off because this guy is kind of 1v9ing the entire game. So if he wants to take waves, if he wants to be super fed, just let him. I mean, his gold value, I mean, he's just snowballing so hard. He's already at 10k. He's been on the map for like a minute and he's got this much gold. Larson kind of tilt fighting here, to be honest. I mean, there's no way they can kill him, can they? Oh, and he saves his ult perfectly. Jesus. I mean, this is a slaughter, man. I mean, these are not bad players, bro. This is crazy. This is Larson and Synchro making them look like clowns. And his mid lane is actually autofilled. Spearshot generally plays top lane. So crazy stuff we're witnessing right now. Crazy stuff. Another tier 2. Okay, so he's been on the map for 2 minutes and he's gained 4k gold almost. I guess it's 3k gold almost. Sorry. He was at 8k before, I believe. Yeah, so it's almost 3k gold. Still crazy. He's going to buy almost a full demonic embrace or what? Oh, he just builds a force of nature. So he's not going the demonic embrace here. Once again, doesn't heal all the way because he is going to be pretty much full health off doing jungle camps, especially if he ends up doing Gromp. And I think the most insane part about watching Bo play is that it's not like he just has, like, this is just one random good game that we picked off. Like, he's been playing like this all the time. If you look at his match history, this is literally every game. In top 50 EUS Challenger, this is every game. Absolutely insane. For red, doesn't end up getting it here. He's kind of in no man's land. He's got to be a little bit more careful than normal here. I mean, he obviously feels super strong. Okay. Jesus. His W's back up. He's going to look to turn, I think. Yep. Turned. I mean, bro. Like, what? Jesus. This is more impressive than even I thought it was going to be, like, going in. And I've been looking through his VODs, and I think this might be one of the best games he's played. He's just so on point, man. He's just everywhere. Oh, he's actually dead here. Okay. Good stopwatch from Larson, or Zhonya's from Larson. Gets the 1k gold shutdown, and Diana still has another 600 on his head. 900 gold shutdown, I guess, if we're going to call it 1k. So he almost has a double max shutdown. Also, this Callista's kind of just tanking the turret for fun. So you assume that this is where the Diana is going to build towards Demonic Embrace, but nope. Soul Stealer. Actually, we'll see. He had Soul Stealer. He refunded it. What is he going to go? Which gold does he have? 2k. He says, get Soul Stealer. So I assume if he dies once, he'll probably just sell the Soul Stealer and just go towards another item. He's rich enough to do that. He dies again with the Soul Stealer. But yeah, 16 and 3 so far. Averaging a kill a minute. I think right now, probably the best thing to do would be break mid turret. Sees the mid. Looks like he's going to actually just flank them. Says, this turret doesn't matter. Should be able to catch them with the Blast Cone and E. All right, Senna ends up flashing. That's a stopwatch. I mean, having a Soul Stealer, he ends up using the stopwatch early. 12 stacks, just like that. If he's able to get this fits top 1 as well. Takes that kill. I mean, it's good for him to take all the kills. He's got a Soul Stealer. I don't think anyone's going to complain about him taking kills in this game. People are just going to sit there and accept it. I mean, this is how it looks generally when you have like a challenger player start a new account and they're playing like an iron. This is not how it normally looks in high challenger. And as we could tell based off the game time, I mean, this game is going to end before Soul is up, but he's pretty much got every objective. How much gold does he have? Yep, he has enough for Azanya's. Completed. So different. So he doesn't go the Demonic Embrace. So normally the build is Sunfire, Nashor's Tooth into Demonic Embrace. And I believe he's got it before as well. But here, he's not doing any of that. They're just talking. They said, Synchro versus Bo doesn't look fair. And then they say Bo not balanced. So his teammates are just gassing him up and flaming Synchro at the same time. You know, the special. I love that. I love that Bo's been in EUS for like 2 weeks. Actually, it's more than 2 weeks. I think it's like something like 17 days actually. But he hasn't been playing that many games a day. I mean, it's not really about how long he's been there. It's about the amount of games he's played. Because you can play like 20 games. Oh my god, what was that flash? That flash was not it. And he just walks next to him and kills him with Sunfire. Just BM, man. Come on. You better watch out. Hey, BDS is looking a little bit scary this season, Bo. You better watch the out. Bo, like, Synchro is going to remember this. Next time Bo actually plays the game versus BDS, if he's able to start that next game versus BDS, Synchro is going to show him what's what. He's just S-keying on them, letting minions kill them, letting a Sunfire kill him. He's unironically 6 items at like 19 minutes this game. He was 6 items. I mean, to be fair, he's not buying the most expensive item in the games, but still. Like, Jesus, man. Dragon's up. I mean, this is a game where you know it's not going to soul. Let's see what his gold is. Okay, so he's got 17. He is up almost 10k on Synchro. 10k. What? How do you get 10k above somebody? Ah, that's just crazy. All right, so I assume that this is where he gets his 4th death, the way he's playing this. A little bit of a limit test here. Looks like he's having some fun at the end of this game. His work is done, though. All right, his team's just going to run it down. This is just typical solo queue fashion. This is just how it works. You int, and your whole team ints. Nice. So Bo just sold his boots for a Demonic Embrace. There's the Demonic Embrace. 4k HP Diana with 361 AP, 184 MR, and 185 MR, and 184 armor. Crazy. And the enemy team is coming to fight, so let's see it. Larson's in. Goes on to him. Ends up ulting too. He's just unkillable at this point. 4k HP. Not even max level yet. And that should be GG right there. Wow. So that is what Bo is doing right now to EUS solo queue. Like I said, something that I've never seen before. This guy is just smurfing every game. I would be very surprised if he doesn't hit rank 1. He's somebody who has normally just like an account that's chilling in top 5 on the KR ladder. He had one earlier this season, stopped playing on it, started playing on a new account. So this guy is actually just a beast. Like he is just a solo queue monster, but he still looked good and competitive. So I'm really excited about him. I hope he gets his work visa soon so that he can potentially start over Haru. And I think that would just add another dynamic to Vitality that they sorely need right now. I mean, Vitality doesn't look like a very strong team. It feels like their balling is kind of out of sorts, and then their top side doesn't really have any synergy as well. So adding somebody who can actually just fuck up the entire game like Bo does could be actually crazy for the team. So I hope he gets a shot. And if you like this video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. I'd really appreciate it if you want to see more content like this. If not, we'll just go back to doing the LPL videos every day because those are pretty good as well. All right, I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace.